Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Nuria Adrana and today our group will be presenting about the DF Corp and its quest for capital. The DF Corp was established as part of the Malaysian government's initiative to strengthen the domestic beef industry and improve the country's food security. Under the 9 Malaysia Plan, the Domestic Feedlot Centre or DFC was introduced as a high-impact project to increase national beef production and reduce Malaysia's dependence on imported beef products. The DF Corp, which is owned by Agroscience Techno Industries Sdn Bhd in collaboration with the Government of Malaysia, was appointed as the integrator responsible for implementing this project. The main objective of DF Corp is to develop a sustainable Malaysia beef industry through integrated feedlot farms and beef production facilities. In other words, the company was expected to play an important role in increasing local beef production and helping Malaysia become more self-sufficient in meeting domestic demand. Moving on to the DF Corp's operations, the company is involved in almost every stage of the beef supply chain. Its activities include the importation of livestock, feedlot farming, slaughtering and meat processing, as well as the packaging and marketing of the beef products throughout Malaysia. Besides that, the DF Corp also carries out contract farming and satellite feedlot farming programs to support the development of the local livestock sector. One of the company's major initiatives was the establishment of the Domestic Feedlot Centre in Labu, Negeri Sembilan. This large-scale cattle production project was aimed at improving Malaysia's self-sufficiency level in beef production and strengthening the local beef industry. Guided by its mission and excellent integrity, the DF Corp emphasized sustainability, animal welfare, quality assurance, and best management practices in its operations. The DF Corp also encountered several operational and financial challenges. Firstly, although the company received 250 million in government funding, it failed to meet some of the key requirements under the project agreement. For example, the DF Corp was required to establish 130 satellite farms, but this target was not achieved. Secondly, the company's underperformance was highlighted in the 2012 Auditor's General Report. The DF Corp had an annual target of 8,000 heads of cattle, but it managed to produce only 3,289 heads, which represented just 41% of the intended output. As a result, the company lost its eligibility for further government funding. Apart from these issues, the DF Corp also faced rising livestock and raw material costs, while demand for beef products continued to increase, especially during festive seasons. These factors place additional pressure on the company's financial position. To continue its operation, the DF Corp estimated that it required approximately 1.2 billion in additional funding. However, obtaining financing through conventional banks was difficult due to the single counterparty exposure limit, and the company was also unwilling to raise funds through public share issuance.
Next, I will explain Sukuk Salam. Sukuk Salam is an Islamic financial instrument based on the Bai al-Salam contract. Under this contract, payment is made in full at the beginning of the agreement, while the goods are delivered at a future date. The Salam contract was originally introduced to help producers and farmers obtain financing before their products were ready for sale. In the modern Islamic capital market, this concept is applied through Sukuk Salam, where investors provide funds through Sukuk certificate and gain rights over future assets. Unlike conventional bonds, Sukuk Salam is linked to real economic activities and tangible assets rather than interest-based lending. Therefore, it provides a Sharia-compliant financing solutions that supports productive business activities. Now, I will discuss the key features of Sukuk Salam. First, the purchase price must be paid in full at the beginning of the contract. This provides immediate working capital that can be used to support production activities and daily operations before the goods are delivered. Second, the underlying asset must be clearly specified. The quantity, quality, type, and delivery date of the goods are agreed upon in advance. This helps reduce uncertainty and ensures transparency between the parties involved. Finally, Sukuk Salam is linked to real economic activities and actual assets. It promotes risk sharing between investor and the issuer while remaining free from riba and speculative activities. Therefore, it serves as a Sharia-compliant financing instrument that supports productive business operations.
I will explain how Sukuk Salam enables DF Corp to raise RM 1.2 billion in funding. Sukuk Salam provides DF Corp with an alternative source of financing through the Islamic capital market. This is important because DF Corp faces limitation in bank financing due to exposure restriction and does not plan to raise funds through the stock market. Through the primary Salam contract, RM 1.2 billion is paid upfront to DF Corp, allowing the company to obtain immediate cash flows for its operation and expansion without waiting for the beef products to be produced and sold. Sukuk Salam also suits DF Corp's agriculture-based business because it's involved advance payment for future delivery, which match its cattle feedlotting and beef processing activities. Moving on to Sukuk Salam structural flow and mechanism used by DF Corp. First, the SPV issues Sukuk Salam certificates to investors and raises RM 1.2 billion upfront. The SPV acts as an intermediary in managing the Sukuk structure. Second, under the primary salam contract, the SPV pays the full RM 1.2 billion to DF Corp in advance. In return, DF Corp agrees to deliver a specified quantity of cattle or beef products at a future date. Third, DF Corp uses the fund for business operations such as purchasing cattle, buying animal feed and improving its feedlot and processing facilities. This ensures the company can continue production efficiently. Fourth, the SPV enters into a parallel salam contract with third-party buyers, such as food vendors or retailers, who agree to purchase the future beef products at a fixed price. This arrangement creates the profit for investors. At maturity, DF Corp delivers the agreed products to the SPV, which then transfer them to the buyers. The buyers make payment to the SPV and the SPV distributes the principal amount together with profit to the sukuk holders. Overall, this structure enables DF Corp to obtain immediate financing while providing investors with Sharia-compliant returns.
Next, I will present overall financial performance analysis DF Corporation. First, for the liquidity ratio, the current ratio increased significantly from 1.68 times in 2011 to 5.17 times in 2013. This shows that the company had a sufficient current asset to meet a short-term liability. However, a ratio that is too high may also indicate inefficient use of cash or assets that are not generating income. Second, for the leverage ratio, the solvency ratio remained relatively stable at around 65 to 68%, showing the consistent and long-term financial support. And meanwhile, the gearing ratio improving from 58.07% in 2012 to 46.16% in 2013 indicate a better debt management and lower financial risk. However, the main concern is about the profitability performance. Profit margin declined and became negative at minus 2.5% in 2013, while the return on asset dropped into 1.07%. This means that the company was unable to generate sufficient profit from its operational and asset. In conclusion, although the FC Corporation show a strong liquidity and improved leverage, immediate action is needed to prove that profitability through a financial restructuring, better cash utilization, and also stronger operational efficiency.
So, to ensure the long-term sustainability of the FCorp, 4 strategies are proposed. First, the FCorp should implement sukuk salam financing as its primary sources of funding. This Sharia-compliant financing instruments enables the company to obtain upfront capital to support livestock production, daily operation, and future expansion plan. Second, the company should strengthen corporate governance and transparency by improving financial reporting, accountability, and risk management practices. The FCorp can enhance stakeholder confidence and attract potential investors. Third, the FCorp should improve operational efficiency through better livestock management and the adoption of modern technology. This can help reduce operating costs, increase productivity, and improve overall profitability. Last but not least, the FCorp should establish long-term strategic partnerships with supermarkets, wholesalers, and distributors. These partnerships can help secure stable demand for the company's products and provide a more consistent sources of revenue. Moving on to the last part, which is conclusion and recommendation. Based on the case study, the FCorp faces several financial and operational challenges that may affect its long-term sustainability. Although the company has strong potential within the livestock industries, issues related to funding requirements, profitability, and business management need to be addressed effectively. Among the proposed solutions, sukuk salam is considered the most suitable financing instrument because it provides the company within the necessary capital while remaining Sharia compliant. In addition, stronger corporate governance, improved operational efficiency, and strategic partnerships can further enhance the company's performance and competitiveness. Therefore, it is recommended that the FCorp adopt sukuk salam as its primary financing instrument, improve transparency and accountability, invest in efficient livestock management practices, and strengthen collaboration with key stakeholders in the industry. By implementing this recommendation, the FCorp will be better positioned to achieve sustainable growth, improve profitability, and strengthen its position within the livestock industries. So that's all from us. Thank you.